Rock and Roll Geek Show 1060.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Friday, July 16th, 2021, and it is 6:45 p.m. when I'm recording this show. This is an impromptu show tonight. Was not planning on doing one, but at the last minute, I looked at the clock and said, it's not time for me to go to bed yet. I don't want to lay down, and my wife's watching something about Paul McCartney. I could lay down and watch that with her, but then I'd fall asleep. Hold on, the dogs are going through the superhighway. Hold on a second. Go on, Kazman. I said, I don't really want to lay down in bed and watch Paul McCartney show on Hulu. So I'm gonna do a Rock and Roll Geek Show. Why not? Because I don't really have time to do one tomorrow because I'm going to a wedding. Let me close the door here. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of unprofessionalism tonight, friends, as opposed to the usual shows that is, normally just the height of professionalism. But anyway, all right. So this is the only time I kind of have time to do a show this week, so I figure I might as well do it. Tomorrow, I could do a Saturday night train wreck, but tomorrow I have an AC/DC gig in Concord, and in the afternoon, I'm going to a wedding. My wife's brother is getting married up in Santa Rosa. So I figured, it's Friday night. Why not play some music and just have a few beers and pull a Rock and Roll Geek Show out of my ass? So that's what I'm doing tonight, friends. A lot of music came out this week that we should probably talk about, and maybe I don't have them queued up in my iTunes, so I'm going to probably... I figure I'll probably do some of these songs or watch the videos on YouTube and play them, maybe do a little bit of video commentary. That always seems to go over like a lead balloon. All right, let's start off with a brand new Wild Hearts song. Their new album's called 21st Century Love Songs, coming out September 3rd. This is the second song that's been released from it. I played one in the last show. What was it? Remember These Days, I believe is the name of the song. This one is called Sort Your Fucking Shit Out.
Are you crazy? Just take a look.
your shoes and dance. Your story is pure romance. Let's face it, your look has not run out. You're that nightlight shows about. It's time for you to sort your fucking, sort your fucking, sort your fucking shit out.
There you go. Brand new Wild Hearts. Sort your fucking shit out. I like it. I like the opening especially. Looking forward to the new Wild Hearts album. The drummer that doesn't really sound like Battersby on drums. I'm sure it probably is Rich Battersby, but it doesn't have the classic snare rolls that he does a lot and the powerhouse snare rolls. But maybe it is Battersby. I don't know. There's no credits on this thing, but I'm going to assume that it's Battersby on drums. But just an observation upon. This is only the second time I've listened to the song, so just off the top of my head. All right. Might as well thank some people who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. It should be a short donation segment because the donations are falling off like a lead balloon, just like this episode. All right. Thank you, everybody who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. As you know, it's a value for value, so if you get any value out of the show, do what you can, friends. I got an email from Doug Steele, the Detroit chapter, Rock and Roll Geek Friends. He said, where's his email here? How do you feel about, I have a simple question for you. How do you feel about Tommy Bolin? And I thought about it, and I said, well, Doug, I don't really know much about Tommy Bolin other than, he took Blackmore's place, right? He played on Come Taste the Band, I think, and I don't have Come Taste the Band. But for you, Doug Steele, I'm going to play some Tommy Bolin during the donation segment. So let's find some Tommy Bolin here. Tommy Bolin. I can't say who sent me this because he asked me not to say, but for you, Doug Steele, Detroit chapter, let's put in the background Tommy Bolin, the teaser. There are several ways you can donate to the Rock and Roll Geek Show or even just help produce the show. You don't even have to give money. You can send audio comments, because I'm going to need a lot of audio comments for the Dog Days of Podcasting coming up on August 1st. 30 days of show every day. So you can send me audio comments, show reviews, what shows you're planning on going to now that the Corova is supposedly almost over, although we're getting, a couple of the guys in Buck Cherry tested positive, and they're vaccinated. Billy, as you know, is in Buck Cherry, and I talked to him yesterday and asked if he was one of the guys, and he said no. And the other two guys, he said two of the guys that have it, they just have like minor colds, but they tested positive for reasons to be safe for everyone. They canceled shows for a couple of weeks. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that. Oh, yeah. So if you're going back to shows, let me know what shows you're going to go to. Anything you want to do, just send me audio comment or whatever. I could use the content. That's one way you can help produce the show or do the value for value. You can also call other radio stations or podcasts and slip my catchphrases in there like super great, couldn't be better. Let me take a sip of this fine Modelo, which I'll do right now. You can do that on other shows and podcasts. You can tell your friends about the Rock and Roll Geek Show, although I don't really care if we get more listeners. I'm not here to be a radio star, a podcast star. I'm just here to talk to you, my friends. You can also donate money, which is what I really need. Like the following people did on patreon.com/RNRgeek. Joe Pawlak, my bodyguard, $16.66. Tim Schall, $15. Kurt Crawford, $12.77. Dan Gerawan, $10. Joseph Coyne, $10. Michael Street, friend of mine and friend of the show, $7.50. Steve Scouller, $6.65. Dave Slusher, my podcast mentor and former co-host of Mad at Dad. Mad at Dad is dead. Long live the Mad at Dad. I was listening to his podcast, and he had some good news and bad news. And the good news was his daughter won the state softball championships in her entire state. Congratulations to her. And the bad news was Mad at Dad is dead, and I turned it off before he started talking about that because I didn't want to be bummed out. But thank you, Dave Slusher, for continuing to donate to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My podcast mentor and former co-host of Mad at Dad. Mad at Dad is dead. Long live Mad at Dad. Thank you. Oh, next song here. Hey, Homeward Strut. Homeward Strut. Tommy Bolin, the teaser. Give it a little listen here while I look for where I lost my place in the donation segment. Thank you to Rodney Cross, $5 every episode. Betty Wood, $5. Brad Schultz, $5. Brian Springer, $5. Chiaki Hinohara of the Metal Movement Podcast and Japanese Metalhead Show, who I had dinner last night with. We went to the Korean barbecue. Wooden charcoal barbecue. Man, was it good. Oh, man, was it good. We had bulgogi. We had chicken, marinated chicken. We had kalbi. Got more bulgogi. We had about 6 or 7 tall OB beers. A bunch of kimchi side dishes. Oh, man, it was so good. Cole Thornton, $5. Erik Klein, $5. Fretting Ginny Bunke, $5. James Shapiro, $5. Grant Farquhar, $5. Jamie Jefford, $5. Justin Lefkowitz, $5. Martin Clawley, $5. Mike Brown, one of my oldest friends in the world, $5. Robert Harvey, $5. Steve T. Steve Trice, $5. Ted Wilbrecht, $5. Tony Field, $5. Mike Hellyer, 4 pounds. Derek Coward, Comic Book Noise Podcast, $3. Mike Dixon, $3. Chad Burns, $2.50. Paul Roub, $2.25. Adrian Boschan, Bosch Rock on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do appreciate. We just got to answer 2 questions so that I know you are not part of the White House monitoring everybody's Facebook and reporting misinformation. Adrian Bosch on $2. Ben Geddes, $2. Bruce McMillan, $2. Eric Stowell, $2. Matthew Hunt, $2. Patrick Shanahan, $2. Paul Smith, $2. Paul Underwood, maker of Underwood Fine Barbecue Sauce, which I need more of, Paul, $2. Rock and Roll Plebe, $2. Rock and Roll Plebe, $1.42. Mark Mezay, Amy Bowen, Arnie Stash, 3 Legs, 4 Wheels, John Richardson, and Corey Kohler, all $1 on Patreon/R&R Geek. Patreon.com/R&R Geek. What else we got here? How about Savannah Woman? I think this is Doug Steele's favorite. Thank you to everybody who donated on PayPal this month. John Morgan, $100. Thank you, John. You saved the show. You single-handedly saved the show this month. I take a sip of this fine Modelo to you, friend. Richard Strom, $20. Douglas Free, $20. Richard Fusey, or Fusey, 1955. Jason Shepard, $10. Greg Broford, $10. Todd Cunningham, friend of mine and friend of the show, $10. BJ Lisco, $10. Ralph Miller, friend of mine and friend of the show, $10. James Venners, $10. Dave Franco, $10. Jeff and Sherry Thielaki, $10. Dave Jackson in the School of Podcasting, $10. Blake Johnson, $10. Andrew Howell, $5. Dale Roller, $5. Jero Carroll, $5. Peter Spark, $5. Robert Scott, $5. John Offenloch, $5. Michael Williams, $5. Robert Gilio, $5. Jennifer Wilbrecht, $5. Keenan O'Meara, $5, all the way in Australia. Eric Lynch, $5. Michael Williams, $5. I think Keenan's in Australia. Michael Williams, $5. Brett Garsky, $5. David Hunt, $5. Sorry that again. Christopher Del Grande, $5. Jace Lesniewski, $5. Adam Brochet, $2. Benjamin Muller, $5. Oh, Adam Brochet. Okay, I got the numbers a little bit sidetracked here. Benjamin Muller, $5. John Tennis, $5. Greg Long, $5. Deborah Dreyfus, if that's your real name, $2. Jason Wendleton, $2. Vincent Creamy, $2. Bradford Page, $2. Brian Gradage, $2. William Moffat, $2. And Lassie Satvadhagen, $2. Thank you to everybody who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Without your donations, this show would die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death. I take a sip of this fine Modelo to everyone who donates and continues to support the Rock and Roll Geek Show. It means more to me than you know, friends. You are the producers of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. It's your show. Stop donating and it's nobody's show anymore. Okay, there you go. For you, Doug Steele, Detroit Chapters, and Tommy Bolin. All right, what else do I have in my notes here of the new material? Brand new Iron Maiden came out yesterday. Do I have anything about anything that they talked about Iron Maiden? I'm reading this, I'm doing this out off the cuff, so I have no real notes here, so I'm kind of like, bear with me is what I'm saying. So Iron Maiden posted a new song yesterday on the YouTube. British heavy metal legends Iron Maiden today revealed their brand new track, The Writing on the Wall, an eagerly anticipated global YouTube video premiere. The song was written by Maiden guitarist Adrian Smith and lead singer Bruce Dickinson, produced by Kevin Shirley and co-produced by bass player and founding member Steve Harris. Dickinson initially had a concept for the video which came to fruition in collaboration with two award-winning former Pixar executives and long-standing Maiden fans, Mark Andrews and Andrew Gordon. The pair have over 50 years of animation, blah, 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 experience between them, including work on The Incredibles, blah, 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 blah. You know the Pixar movies, Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo. With partners lining up to get involved with the project, they choose... Pardon me, I'm burping up this fine Modelo. They chose Blink Inc., a London-based animation studio celebrated for their work with a variety... Okay, who cares? Okay, anything else about it? Resulting in the final film, which features the very first glimpse of a stunning new incarnation of Eddie in spectacular 3D form. Bruce comments, I had a pretty clear idea of the concept to accompany the song when I first met Mark and Andrew on Zoom. Hold on, let me let my dog out. I don't know if you're tired of Zoom like I am, but I'm tired of it. Now that Mad at Dad is dead, I may never have to open up that fucking Zoom app again, and not to be too soon. Let's see. On Zoom, it became quickly clear that we were all very much on the same wavelength, and this was reinforced with the addition of Nikos and his young blinking team. Our weekly team Zoom meetings were then usually both, I don't give a shit. I thought we could make something very special together. I think we did and hope our fans will agree. In fact, it's pretty much created by Maiden fans. Director Nikos Lively takes up the story. We quickly found the expertise we wanted. Okay, I don't care about reading this shit. We had more than 60 people in 13 countries, but I'm continuing to read it anyway. We had more than 60 people in 13 countries, from Brazil to France and Romania to the USA, to add something to the clip, and I'd say their love, passion, and understanding of the band shines through every frame. Okay. Let's just play the stupid video, shall we? correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the only other Adrian Smith song is Wasted Years, which Featherwitch is going to be playing at their next show probably. So this is the only other Adrian Smith tune ever on an Iron Maiden album. Let's hit the, let's find the link here. And I'll kind of narrate this as, I'm going to sit through the stupid ad here. I'm going to turn this off while the ad's playing. An ad about a belt. Yeah, okay, skip ads. So I will narrate this as it's going. I first heard the song. This is my second time hearing this. The first, it has a little bit of a southern rock, open tuning thing. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the band Blackfoot, who's a Jacksonville, Florida band, which is a good thing. This may be a grower. I don't know. It's a little bit of a departure, but like I said, it's an Adrian Smith tune. So Wasted Years is also a little bit of a departure as well. But this is more different than Wasted Years. A little less Maiden, but you by now have heard it already. There's a lot of, there was a big thread on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group about this song, and there were mixed reactions. Let's see if I can find the comments of people. So I know Joel Pawlak didn't really like the tune. Let me see if I can pull this up and find the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group while we not prepared at all. Okay, the discussion. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole of looking at the Rock and Roll Facebook group. If you're not on it, friends, you should be, because there's a lot of good rock talk. I can't even keep up with it all anymore. It's so active. Thank you, everybody who posts on this thing. All right. Joe Pawlak posted this. Not sure what I think about this. Some people think it sounds like a Bruce Dickinson solo song. Mixed reaction. I will try to, maybe I'll read some of the comments. Let's see. Sandy High, didn't do much for me. Adam Beckvar, weak tune. Can't enjoy anything. Okay, he says it's a weak tune. I don't know. I kind of I think I might kind of like this tune. So let's listen to it together. Enough of my running my mouth. I'm gonna kill the show running my mouth. The Writing on the Wall is what it's called. Now they've been teasing this Belshazzar's Feast or whatever it's called. So speculation is that the album's going to be called Belshazzar's Feast. Belshazzar's Feast. There were other speculation that the album was going to be called Writing on the Wall. Let's listen to it together, and I will comment on it. You've probably already heard it, but now you're going to get my comments. I'll back it up here. Narrate what's going on. So it's animated. I think the animation is awesome on this video. I'm not sure what the story is. We got some buzzards flying in the air. A guy's walking through the desert wearing a ripped up Iron Maiden shirt, holding a flyer that says Belshazzar's Feast, and it flies out of his hand. He's very tired. He falls on his face. He's in the desert. It's so dry. Other people walking behind him stepped over him. Oh, the guy died. The Grim Reaper closes his eyes, and he's got a crow, a raven on his back. The raven flies away into the sky with the other ravens. I thought they were buzzards, but I think they're ravens. And some Grim Reapers on motorcycles riding through the desert with crashed planes. The destroyed Golden Gate Bridge. Apparently it's the apocalypse. A giant scorpion dies of heat exhaustion while the Grim Reapers on the motorcycle choppers ride by. There's an upside down American flag. Apparently this is in America, and everybody's walking to Belshazzar's Feast, barely making it, while a big fat cat in a limo is watching everybody walking by, and some faceless men in suits with British flags on their ripped up underwear. And a bunch of poor people carrying a dragon with a bomb in his mouth. The Grim Reapers on the choppers look all over the desert, and there's a line of people wanting to get onto this big mythical mountain. I think this is where they're going to get some water to drink, because everybody's dying of thirst. And the mountain has a green shield in front of it. The little girl, whoa, please let me in. And there's some two guys guarding the thing in stormtrooper outfits, smoking cigarettes with their guns, not letting anybody into this green shield. And inside the building is a guy in a clown costume. Looks like it's a gates of hell. And there's a guy who looks like it could be Eddie on life support in a green tube. The life support pumping green stuff through his veins to keep him alive, and his hair starts growing. He pulls the mask off his face and he's wearing a Speedo. It turns out it's not Eddie. It's a guy who looks like Thor with red eyes. Cut back to the people walking down the desert wanting to get into this place. The big fat cat in the limo drives by him. Fuck you guys, you ain't getting in here. A guy touches the green shield, turns to stone. He dies. The guys in the stormtrooper outfit say, "Let's go, boys, they're coming, let's shoot them." And a guy in a Grim Reaper outfit points towards the stormtrooper guys and shoots. Out comes Thor with his red eyes. Looking over some green fire. And the devil guy is gonna take on Thor. They're fighting, battling. I think they're battling. A guy in a pitchfork. The Grim Reaper falls into the green fire in this place. Turns into blue fire. And Thor looks up. Oh, the guy comes out of the green fire. He's a skull. Uh-oh. Turns out he's Eddie. It wasn't the Grim Reaper after all. It was Eddie. And he's turning into some sort of a Transformer guy in full armor, gonna take on Thor. Thor's no match for Eddie. Uh-oh. Turns out Thor is the devil. He sprouts devil horns. It's a battle between the devil and Eddie. The devil's no match for Eddie. In pours through the Grim Reapers on cycles, run through the green wall. Eddie's taking on everybody. He's running through here, chopping people's heads off. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Eddie's here to save the day. Curse you, Eddie. We'll be back. You haven't seen the last of us, Eddie. Wrong. Eddie kills them all. There are a man and a woman. Suspended animation in these green tubes. Eddie releases them. He takes the woman's hand and says, "Come with me, man and woman." As they ride away in a Cadillac through the desert. Eddie hands them an apple. The man takes the apple. The girl takes a bite of the apple. Could it be Adam and Eve? They kiss and eat the apple together. We're all fucked. All right, I hope you like that. I like the song. I'm in. I thought it was a great video. Again, reminds me a little bit of Blackfoot. Oh, there you go. All right. Whew, I'm exhausted. All right. How about an audio comment?
Hello, Michael Butler, Chris, rock and roll copywriter from Connecticut
Hey,
here.
Chris, I got this right before the last episode, and I did not see it in my email. So this is probably a show review that's a few weeks old.
For the show review, but first, how you doing?
I'm super great. Couldn't be better.
All
I'm a
right.
little bit tired after that Iron Maiden writing on the wall video narration. Let's see what they. Before I get back, I'll come back to you. As Dave Slusher says, I'm going to put a pin in that, and let's read some of the comments. This sound from Greg Brofer. This sounds more like a Bruce Dickinson solo song than Iron Maiden, maybe Skunkworks era. Not sure how well this will go over live. Jim Schwab. Kind of typical new era Maiden. Decent song, plodding gallop rhythm, good solo, kind of forgettable lyrics. The chorus isn't catchy either. They haven't done a catchy chorus since Brave New World. I disagree with you, Jim Schaub. I love that last album. Stephen Cohen. I like the video. Song is written by Dickinson and Smith, so there's no Harris element. The guitars don't sound like Maiden. The drums don't sound like Nico. I like what Greg said about solo Bruce, even though I never bought any. It's pretty long for having no double time. I kept waiting for the double time break. Jeffrey Jeffrey Zelapugas. I know I mispronounced your name, Jeffrey. I apologize, friends. I heard remnants of Zeppelin and Bad Company at the beginning. A little bit of bad, a little bit of Running with the Pack, maybe. I still hear more Blackfoot and Southern Rock. Remnants of Zeppelin and Bad Company at the beginning. Decent song, but not distinctly made. I'd give it a half. What do I give it? I'm going to give it a weak +1 or a strong half. Adam Brichet, I like it. The beginning was cool. I like the riff. Definitely not what I look for in Maiden, but better than British Lions. They could have done way worse. Kirk Crawford, I played it while paying some bills. Was not a distraction, which is not a great sign for me. I'll have to give it another devoted listen. So not a good review from Kirk Crawford. Sandy Hyde didn't do too much for me. Chris Atherton, remember when Iron Maiden's album artwork was awesome? Since Bruce got back in the band, all the artwork has looked like a combination of mediocre comic book art and outdated CGI. Derek Riggs is still alive, fellas. How about giving him another shot? Song is okay. Song-wise, I haven't been impressed with anything Maiden has done since A Matter of Life and Death. Again, Book of Souls is a fucking great album, man. Steve Morris, I want to hear it again without the video. I think the video was covering up for a weak track, but I do agree it does sound like a Bruce solo track. Adam Beckvar, former guitar player for American Heartbreak, weak tune. Joe Pawlak, I have to listen to a few more times. Probably would fit in the concept of an album better. Don't care for the video much. I think the video is great. Usually they lead with the shorter, punchier songs like Wicker Man. John Atherton, I'm gonna get through these. Don't worry, friends. John Atherton, I thought it was a cool video. Iron Maiden has kind of become a metal jam band in their later years. I still love them, but they get a little long in the tooth on these epic songs. All right. And then I chimed in. Seems like only yesterday when Butler was, this is Adrian Boschan on Bosch Rock. Seems like only yesterday when Butler was overreacting to Empire of the Clouds. Fly, Bruce, fly! To me, the opening riff sounds like Bon Jovi. A little bit like Dead or Alive. Well, Adrian Boschan, I hope you like that. All right. I've had absolutely zero interest from Blake Johnson. I've had absolutely zero interest in Maiden for at least 20 years, so I made sure I was fair and listened to the whole thing. Still not interested. David Schall, the intro surprised me. Different for them. Southern rock sounding, but I really liked it. The solo section kicks ass as well. All in all, I enjoyed the song quite a bit. Video is cool. Riffs are solid. I don't know. Works for me. I agree with you, David Schall. Kevin Barth, the cover looks like a Meatloaf album. Did they post the album cover? Oh, yeah, I think they did. Okay, let me see here. Oh yeah, it does look like a Meatloaf album. You're right. Bat Out of Hell. It looks a lot like Bat Out of Hell. That's not. By the way, that's not the cover of the album. It's just the artwork for the video. It should have Eddie on the artwork. I kind of agree with that. Brad Schick, boring song. The video is good. Chris Del Grande. I'm hoping the first single would be the worst song of the new record. Wouldn't be too far off from my previous Maiden experience. All right. Michael Williams, I was ready for this tempo from them. The song doesn't sound like their pants are on fire. You can hear different things in a slower tempo. All right, there you go. I enjoyed the song. All right, now back to you, Chris Capel, the rock and roll copywriter. Let's keep this party going, friend.
Hello, Michael Butler, Chris,
Hey,
rock and roll
Chris.
copywriter from Connecticut here with a show review. But first, how you doing?
I'm super great. Couldn't be better.
Alrighty, this is a real show review, a real live concert, and it was Cheap Trick on June 12th, 3 weeks ago today, 2001, at the Grand Theater at Foxwoods, which is in the other end of the state, about 2 hours away.
And by now, we know that Tom Peterson was not at that show.
And the last concert I went to was Cheap Trick on February 14th, 2020 at the Capitol Theater.
Wow, right before the
and
lockdown.
Funny enough, they only had like 3 shows after that one, and their tour ended. And this seemed to be like a one-off because they didn't like have it listed with any other shows on their site or anything, and I'll get more into that. So it was in the Foxwoods Casino, which is one of the 2 casinos in the state, like I mentioned. It's the lousier of the 2. I had never been there. I'd never been to a casino.
I saw Cheap Trick at a casino.
I
saw Cheap Trick at a casino at in Vegas. They did the Sgt. Pepper thing. I had front row seats. It was fucking great.
Life, I've been to the other one, Mohegan Sun, for a few concerts. Most recently, Megadeth, and I went there for a convention that was held there once. So it's about a 2-hour drive because I'm on the New York side of the state.
2 hours.
So I went with my friend Matt and got there and, had something to eat. And then we went down, found the theater, and it's probably about 12 or 1,800 seats. It's a nice theater. It doesn't have any balconies. It's kind of wide and big. And there was no opening act. And the funny thing is about it was it looked like it was like just opened. Like there was no food stands, everything was closed. There was no merch. Like I said, it was a one-off, so it makes sense they didn't have any merch. And I have the set list and a couple things. Well, I'll go with the set list and I'll tell you the stuff.
Right,
so
okay.
The Summer Looks Good on You. Come on.
They opened up with The Summer Looks Good on You, huh? Okay. Come on.
Big Eyes.
All right.
California Man.
Good set.
Boys and Girls and Rock and Roll.
Okay, another new one.
She's Tight.
She's tight. That's good. In on top of
for the world. Need Your Love.
Need your love. That's a good set.
Day Tripper.
They haven't. I haven't seen them play Day Tripper. Maybe I've seen them play. That's a good one. Okay, kind of one they don't do often.
Light Up the Fire.
Okay, another new one.
Baby Loves to Rock.
Baby loves to rock long. My baby loves. No.
Voices.
You didn't know what you were looking for. It's a good set, man.
This Game.
Oh, good one.
I Want You to Want Me.
All right, and then back to the crowd pleasers.
Dream Police. Ain't That a Shame. Surrender. Off Wiedersehen and Good Night Now.
Off Wiedersehen. Yeah. So no Tom Peterson. So I'm sure Chris is going to get to this, but Off Wiedersehen starts off with a bass solo, and on bass was Robin Zander's son, right? According to the pictures that Chris Capel sent me, he did the bass solo, huh?
The big thing I should mention is that Tom Peterson had a open heart surgery, so even though he was pictured on the site and all the promo stuff, he wasn't there. It was the Zander kid who was actually wearing his hat thing. So when he first came on, you didn't realize it wasn't Peterson. And the Xander kid also sang Day Tripper.
Huh.
And Nielsen mentioned, how rusty he was and how they had a different guitar tech, a guy who flew in who had worked with AC, DC, and Kiss. So the guy obviously knows what he's doing. Like I said, it was a one-off, so makes sense they kind of flew people in for this one. The funny thing was that they were really kind of rusty and they made a bunch of mistakes and
I
they
would,
came in wrong on a few things.
I'd like to hear that. I like it when a band is rusty and makes mistakes. Remember when Aerosmith played at the Grammys a couple years ago? They played Toys in the Attic. I'll never forget this, and it always made me love Aerosmith even more. Second, when they're supposed to be going to the second verse of Toys in the Attic, everybody went to the second verse except Joe Perry. He went to the chorus. It was a major fuck up, and I liked it. It endeared me to Aerosmith even more. It makes them seem like more of a real rock and roll band. So I would have liked to have seen Cheap Trick making mistakes.
And even like on the high parts on She's Tight, Xander let his kids sing that. And like I said, the kids sang Day
Xander's
Tripper.
voice was a little bit rusty,
I mean,
huh?
you could tell
Maybe Xander lost his voice.
it wasn't as, I've seen Cheap Trick more than any other band. It wasn't as good as a Cheap Trick concert. Rick Nielsen looked really kind of old.
Huh.
I mean, he looked like a bent over old man.
Did he look? Because when last time I saw him at the Marin County Fair, I was with Ralph Miller. I'm pretty sure I was with Ralph Miller, and I was commenting, he looks sick. He looks like he's got cancer or something. And then I saw him again later, and he looked a lot better. So now you say he doesn't look good again, huh?
Fortunately, I know we're all getting old, and we're all looking like bent over little men and women.
And
women for Michael Butler.
If Rick Nielsen, I'm going to back that up. I think he was doing a dig at me. But Rick Nielsen, when he goes, man, it's going to be a sad fucking day. Sad, sad day for me, at least.
For old man, unfortunately. I know we're all getting old, and we're all looking like bent over little men and women.
Yeah.
Women for Michael Butler.
Yeah. Since I've changed my sex.
As such. So that's the set list and the show. I really don't have anything else to say on it. It was good to get out there. It was fairly full. I mean, I think a lot of people came because they knew of the band and didn't seem like a huge amount of hardcore fans. There just seemed like, people were wanting to go out and see it.
They played a pretty good set for a bunch of casual fans there.
So, which is nice. So I'm just checking with Michael Butler. You've been MIA, and I know you're all butthurt because of Dave Slusher hanging up on you, but
I'm butthurt.
Man up and get over it and
be a man.
Give
Get
us an
over
update
it.
On everything.
Yeah.
Give us an update on your ball problem. That's the story.
Yeah, I got an update on the ball problem, man. So it turns out it's a hernia. Okay. And it was they said it's a minor hernia, and the guy, the urologist, referred me to a hernia doctor, a hernia specialist, and I have not called the hernia specialist, and it really hasn't, the pain hadn't gone up or anything, but the last week I've been having moments of excruciating pain down there. I mean, fucking excruciating. So I'm going to probably have to call this hernia doctor, look for the voicemail with his phone number, and make an appointment to get the fucking operation. There's an update on the balls.
Chris, rock and roll copywriter, signing off.
All right. Thank you, friend. You too can leave me an audio comment. Area code 706-621-ROCK, but I would prefer you do like Chris Capel did and just talk into your phone and then email it to me, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. All right, let's play another song. All right, what do we got? How about another new one? New Udo Dirk Schneider from Accept. Metal Never Dies. Now, I don't have the song, so I'm going to be pulling up the YouTube. So we're going to get another YouTube commentary. Let me turn this down while the ad plays. This is an ad for a wallet. Skip the ads. All right. Oh, we'll back it up here. Let me back it up. All right. Metal Never Dies. So it starts off. Udo is fat old man. He looks like everybody's not grandpa. He doesn't look like everybody's grandpa. He looks like everybody's great grandpa, wearing leather. And his band is also wearing leather. I like the riff. Udo. So it's in color, and so when it shows the band, it's in color, and then when it cuts to Udo, it's in black and white. I like Udo, man.
Back when I took my first breath, the days were dark and gray.
Man, he looks like he's about 90 fucking years old.
No belief, no hope. All had nothing to say. Then came the days of change.
I like the song.
I realized the truth.
Woke me up, taught me how to fight. Breaking chains, like heavy thunder through the night. Look up, see the sign, 'cause metal never dies.
I like this.
Stand in line, 'cause metal never dies.
One thing, the guitar player has got a soul patch. Man, get rid of the soul patch.
And I conquered the stages.
Sing it, Udo. Grandpa.
Traveling the world. I believed I owned. I had something to say.
He's about 300, about 250, I'm guessing, on the weight scale.
A million stories.
A little bit like W.C. Fields.
Come true. Glory days, I killed it every night. Breaking chains, the man of thunder gets it right. Look up, see the sign.
Everybody sing along.
'Cause metal never dies.
Fucking anthem, man.
Stand in line,
I like it. Yeah.
metal
Yeah, the lyrics are cheesy. Who cares, man? It's fucking metal. It's an anthem. I like it.
never dies. Look up, see the sign, 'cause metal never dies. Hands up, stand in line, 'cause metal never dies. Here I am, stronger than ever. Nothing can tear me apart. I'm gonna rock on forever. Metal will stay in my heart.
Nice dual harmony solo. Yeah, there you go. Brand new Udo. I like it. That's a big +1 for me, man. Something about seeing a very, very old man wearing leather and studs. He looks like an old queen, man. Man, that's a good song, too. All right. I give it a big +1. You may disagree. If you do, send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com with the subject line, Butler, you must be gay. You like that. But okay, enough of that. I like it. Brand new Udo. The album's going to be called Game Over. It's coming out October 22nd. So we got a long time to wait. It's got 67,883 views as of now. What are they? All the comments are in Russian or other language. 69 years old and still putting out true heavy metal and kicking ass. He's only 69 years old. Is that true? Now I got to Google how old is Udo Dirk Schneider. If he's only 69, he looks like shit for his age, man. Hold on, let me see. Udo Dirk Schneider. Udo Dirk Schneider accept. Udo Dirk Schneider wiki. Let's see. How old is he? Born April 1952. So what's that? The dude's only 69 years old? Oh, man. Wow, he looks like shit. Woo! All right, well, that's pure heavy fucking metal from Germany. Kick ass. All right, most of the stuff's in another language. I like the song. Can't believe Udo's only 69. He looks like he's about 90. I swear to God, he looks old. But all right, there you go. Brand new Udo. Kind of sad. So from Classic Rock Magazine, 20 best rock albums of 2021 so far. Huh. All right, let's see what their list is. I'll bet you I do not know any of these songs. Has anybody told rock's biggest superstars that 2021 is underway? Judging from our list of the year's best albums to date, we're either in for a rather quiet period in terms of new releases or one dominated by the genre's younger generation of artists. Okay. As of mid-year, only 4 of the acts on our top 100 classic rock have released new studio albums. Granted, many of the names are retired, broken up. Okay, blah, 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 blah. 20 best albums of 2021 so far. Number 20, it's a tie. Nancy Wilson, You and Me. I have not heard it. Nancy Wilson bided her time to release her debut studio album. It was worth the wait. Okay. Okay. And tied also for 20, Mickey Dolenz. Dolenz Sings Nesmith. All right, the guy from the Monkees. Don't know that album. Number 19, Steve Lukather, I Found the Sun Again. And he's got him on the cover of his album with a sun, like a suntan. He looks like a different race. I Found the Sun Again. He's a super dark tan. Combination of original material and cover songs, Steve Lukather offered up a little bit of everything with his 9th studio LP. All right, from Toto. Number 17, a tie between Monster Magnet, A Better Dystopia, and Liquid Tension Experiment. I've never heard of them. Number 14, a tie with Styx, Crash of the Crown. Does anybody have that whole Crash of the Crown album? Can you please not send me that, because I would just be wrong, and maybe I'll do a track by track on that. Because I had a good time doing the last Styx track by track. It's tied with Greta Van Fleet, The Battle of Garden's Gate, or At Garden's Gate. All right. Didn't give that one a great review. Number 14, tie with Cheap Trick in Another World and the Melvin. Cheap Trick Another World is tied with Greta Van Fleet, also tied with Styx. So it's a 3-way tie between Styx, Greta Van Fleet, and Cheap Trick in Another World. Really, Classic Rock Magazine, you're putting Cheap Trick tied with Greta Van Fleet? Give me a fucking break. Number 13, Melvin's Working with God. I do not have not heard that. Steven Wilson, The Future Bites. I don't know who that is. Has always been much more of a progressive rock musician from day one, a solo artist. Okay, I don't know him. Number 11, tied with Steve Wilson, Blackberry Smoke. You hear Georgia, okay. Number 10, Alice Cooper, Detroit Stories. Number 9, Billy F. Gibbons, Hardware, a great album. I really like that album a lot. Number 8, Kings of Leon. Speaking of Billy F. Gibbons, I just bought his. I heard him on Bob Lefkowitz. Oh, he let the dog out. Go on, Cassie. I heard Billy Gibbons on Bob Lefsetz's podcast, and they were talking about hot sauce. Billy Gibbons carries hot sauce in his jacket pocket with him at all times, he said. I love this interview because he was talking in like almost Shakespearean talk. I love listening to Billy Gibbons talk. He says he talks in like big words, Shakespearean type words. Anyway, he carries hot sauce in his pocket at all times, and Bob Lefkowitz asked him what his favorite hot sauce was, and he said that he's got a hot sauce called, what is it called again? Bearded something or other. Anyway, I went on his website and bought the hot sauce. I have not tried it yet. I bought 2 of the standard habanero peppers or pepper sauce, and then the hot one. He seems to be a hot sauce connoisseur, and he says his hot sauce is really good. So I ordered it. I will let you know how that hot sauce is once I crack it open. Number 8, Kings of Leon, When You See Yourself. Didn't that guy die? Is the Kings of Leon guy? Maybe I'm mistaking him for the Fountains of Wayne guy. Weezer, number 5, tied with Weezer, OK Human. So Van Weezer tied with OK Human. I like that one song off OK Human, and Van Weezer's a pretty decent album too. The one song I like from OK Human, do I have it? Let me see if I can find Weezer here. Weezer. I'm doing this all off the cuff, friends, because I've just pulled this episode out of my ass, like I said. OK Human. Do I have the album OK Human? Maybe I don't. Let me see. No, I don't. Okay, well, see if I can find the one. I forget it. Who cares? Where was I? There's one song on OK Human that I really like. Let me look for it here. Now you got me stuck. I want to pause this while I find. Okay, the song on OK Computer. All my favorite songs. I like this tune. It's a catchy tune. It's kind of a sad song, but I like it.
All my favorite songs are slow and sad. All my favorite.
I'm gonna let this play while I go empty out some of this beer out of my bladder here.
Everything that feels so good is bad, bad, bad. All my favorite songs are slow and sad. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know what's wrong with me. I love parties, but I don't go. Then I feel bad when I stay home, 'cause I need a friend when I take a walk. I like spacing out when somebody talks. I wanna be rich, but I feel guilty. I fall in love with everyone who hates me. All my favorite songs are slow and sad. All my favorite people make me mad, so mad. Everything that feels so good is bad, bad, bad. All my favorite songs are slow and sad. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know what's wrong with me. Dreamy morning, walking along by myself, thinking about life and trying to find my way through hell. Sometimes I wish I was on an island, but then I'd miss the sound of sirens. All my favorite songs are slow and sad. All my favorite songs are slow and sad. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Whoa, oh,
Yeah, that's a good song. That's extremely catchy. I really like that song a lot. I listened to it when I was the first time I heard that song. I don't know if this makes much sense, but first time I heard that song, I had a huge fight with the wife. A huge fight. And I got up. It was like 2 a.m. Couldn't sleep because I was a little upset about our fight, and I watched this video and it just popped up in my email, and I watched the video, and it. I picked up the guitar and kind of played along, and it inspired me to rip the song off and to make it into another song, which maybe someday you'll hear. We'll see. All right, what else do I got here? Oh, I'm still on the Ultimate Classic Rock, aren't I? All right, so Weezer tied with Weezer. Van Weezer tied with OK Human. The first 2 Weezer albums released in the first half of 2021 is less gimmicky when concept-free and better record because of that. Unlike the hair metal tribute Van Weezer that came out 4 months later, OK Human riffs on Radiohead, see that title, by turning things around with a totally analog recording rooted in the chamber pop music from the mid-60s to early 70s with an orchestra writing, okay, blah, blah, blah. Number 5, a tie. Chrissie Hynde standing in the doorway. Chrissie Hynde sings Bob Dylan. Huh. I didn't know she had an album she's singing Bob Dylan. Chrissie Hynde standing in the doorway. Can somebody not send me that too? I'd like to hear that. Chrissie Hynde is no stranger to Bob Dylan tunes. She's joined him on stage, regularly sung Forever Young with the Pretenders, and utterly owned I Shall Be Released as his 30th anniversary concert. Still a quarantine project devoted to covering this vast catalog, sparked by the surprise arrival of a new Dylan song, Murder Most Foul, in the early days of lockdown last year, would have somehow claimed its own narrative voice. Hynde finds unlikely purchase by returning to the early 80s Dylan fare. Songs like In the Summertime, Sweetheart Like You, and Don't Fall Apart on Me Tonight are typically and sometimes rightly overlooked in a discography stuffed with this. People who write on this and writing on this Ultimate Classic Rock are boring writers, in my opinion. Anyway, well, this album's title track is his Triumph. She has a side that's worth 1,000,000 words. Okay, I would like to hear that album. If anybody has that, please don't you send me that, because that would just be wrong as well. Tied with, let's see. She's tied with, wait a minute. It's a 3-way tie between Van Weezer, OK Human from Weezer, and Chrissie Hynde standing in the doorway. Okay. Number 4, Mammoth WVH, Wolfgang Van Halen is his number 4. Number 3, Frampton Forgets the Words. Okay. It's an instrumental album. All right, he does a bunch of covers. Number 2, Foo Fighters, Medicine at Midnight. Ugh. Really, Ultimate Classic Rock? Are you serious? And number 1, Black Keys, Delta Cream. All right, well, there you go. That was, yeah, I don't know what these guys are thinking, but then again, I haven't heard all these albums, so what do I know? All right. Another thing that popped up on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group was Tuck Smith posted something on his social media. Let me see if I can find exactly what they said. Now, I tried to get Tuck to come on the show to talk about this, but I kind of think he doesn't really want to. Let me see where shit. Bear with me, friends. I'm pulling this out of my ass. So I'm looking through the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group here. Cinderella guitarist Jeff LaBar dies at age 58. Yeah, that's sad. Okay. Richard Fusey upset. He will no longer post any songs because people don't like some of his songs. And I told him to get over it. Everybody loves him. Joe Pawlak posting about Iron Maiden. I know the Tuck Smith thing is down here somewhere. Tim Schall posting some spoons on in a flea market. They're like $75 spoons. Derek Coward. Okay. What's Derek Howard saying? He thought I was going to come in my. Does it sound much like living after him? Okay, he's posting Judas Priest. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's here somewhere. Let's see. Tuck Smith, Tuck. Do I need to pause this? I'm going to just, hopefully not. Let's just keep going here. Wow, there's a lot of posts on this Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. Da 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 da. Where's the Tuck Smith post? I'm going to have to pause this. Bear with me. While there are a lot of posts on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. I appreciate that, friends. All right. From Tuck Smith and the Restless Hearts. I know maybe I don't know, but I had Tuck on the show probably about 6 months ago during the pandemic, or actually, no, it was about a year ago. Anyway, he was excited about this new album that he did with Rob Cavallo, and he was on the Motley Crue tour that got postponed. The future was looking bright for Tuck Smith. It was a great interview too. He was a cool guy, dude. And he posted this on his Facebook or whatever on their social media. Announcement for inquiring minds. Let me take a sip of this fine Modelo before I attempt to read. Due to circumstances beyond my control, the full-length record that was done for Better Noise, which is the record label, will not be coming out. The short of it is that despite all the best intentions going into the relationship, it just ended up not being the right fit. He's being very diplomatic in this post here. Unfortunately, the spot on the Motley Crue tour was a casualty as well because it was directly tied to being on Better Noise, because Better Noise is a label that's run by, I think it's run by Motley Crue's management. That's what I heard anyway. I harbor no ill feelings and am grateful for the 3 singles that were released and the priceless experience of working with world-renowned producer Rob Cavallo, along with the incredible musicians who were part of the record. Yeah, he had some world-class studio session guys on this album. I think Tuck is doing the positive, the positivity and gratitude stuff, and not wanting to be any negativity, which I can understand. But I would like to hear how he really feels, because I don't think he really feels about. I would imagine he's really pissed off about this. I would be. I mean, he did an album with Rob Cavallo, one of the greatest producers of all time, and the guy who did the great Czar album, and he did American Idiot. Rob Cavallo, great producer. Anyway. I'm not one to spend much time sitting around, so the good news is that I have a gaggle of brand new songs recorded, mixed, and ready to go. Well, that's good. We're in talks with other labels, but in the interim, I'm considering releasing a new single to keep the flow of energy going. It takes time to find a new home. Thank you to everyone who has and continues to believe in me. The band and I are looking forward to seeing you all again on the road soon. Yeah. And and people would think, well, why don't you just release these songs and get another? Because I have not heard the entire album. All the songs I heard were good. According to Eddie Trunk, he's heard the whole album. He says it's fantastic. Most people would say, well, why not just shop these songs around to another label? Well, apparently, the label owns the masters and the songs. He's not allowed to even re-record these songs. So these songs are dead. The label now owns these songs, and he can't do anything with them, which is, to me, a absolute travesty, man. I sent him a message and said, hey, man, come on my show and talk about this. But I don't think he wants to come on and talk about it. To be honest with you, I mean, when something is you consider this. I guess you would consider this like a not a high point in a career, and not something that you really would like to obsess on. And maybe he would like to come on, but maybe thinks that I would get the. I want to hear exactly what happened. How I want to hear the conversation when the label contacted him and said, "Hey, good news and bad news, Tuck. You're dropped." Fucking dick move. And they're gonna do nothing with these songs or the album. They're gonna do absolutely nothing with them. They're just gonna kill him. At least give him his fucking masters, man. You're gonna drop him. At least give him the damn songs. I mean, Roub, can you imagine you record an album with a great producer, a legendary producer who's like, every album he does sonically sounds fucking great. You record an album with Rob Cavallo, and nobody can hear it. All they can hear is 3 songs. You can't even. I mean, I guess he can play the songs live. I feel bad about it. I think I'm pissed off for him. Well, good luck to you, Tuck Smith. I hope things work out. They will work out. The guy's fucking major talent. He always has been a major talent with biters But man, the record label, fuck you. What a Better Noise? Fuck you, Better Noise. You're a bunch of assholes. Give him his damn songs and give him the recordings. What are you gonna do with them? Nothing. Guy's a young musician struggling. Let the guy have his chance for success. You're a bunch of fucking pricks. There, I said it. All right. What else? Nothing else really to talk about. Let's close out the show with a brand new song. Well, you know what? I got 2 new songs I want to play. First one, brand new Andrew WK, called Everybody Sins. Napalm Records, death metal record label, doing Andrew WK. Did they do the last Andrew WK? They might have. The album's going to be called God Is Partying. I don't know really what to think of this song. It's kind of it's more like Eddie Trunk played part of it on his Sirius show, and when I heard it, I really didn't like it. I like the video a lot more than the song, but you tell me what you think. It's more of a metal Andrew WK and less about partying, but I like the video. The song is called Everybody Sins. I'll let you hear it. And then I'll come back and say some parting words and we'll play a song to get out of here. There you go. That song's kind of growing on me, actually. All right, kill it! All right. It's kind of growing on me. He's got one of the guys on guitar in his band is Dave Pino from Waltham and Damone. That guy's a great guitar player. I like that guy. He's cool, and he looks cool on stage, too. Brand new Andrew WK. All right, I'm liking it. From when I first heard it, I didn't like it. The video's pretty good, and the more I hear it, I'm starting to grow on me. So that album is going to be called God is Parting, out September 10th on Napalm Records. All right, I think that's going to about do it for me for tonight, friends. I hope you enjoyed this impromptu Friday night train wreck. Let's close out with a brand new song from Jesse Malin. Speaking of Jesse Malin, Jesse Malin does these live streams from the Bowery Electric. And he's doing one on January 31st with Handsome Dick Manitoba. Handsome Dick Manitoba is playing live. And the reason I'm telling you, but besides the fact that Handsome Dick now is a friend of the Rock and Roll Geek Show and a friend of mine, and I love the fucking guy now, even though I've never met him in person, he's going to be debuting a brand new song that Sven Spacebrain and I helped work on it's called Deloise Nation. And once he debuts this song, I'll probably play it on the Rock and Roll Geek Show because it will be out there now. So we're trying to get it mastered to coincide with this live thing. It's not going to get the proper promotion because, first of all, I'm not a fucking record producer and I'm not good at promotion. I don't like doing it. I don't like taking care of any band business. But I love Handsome Dick Manitoba and try to help as much as I can. So tune in July 31st. Go to Handsome Dick Manitoba's Facebook, and he's promoting the hell out of this thing. And it's at Bowery Electric. They're admitting people in the audience. So if you're in New York, go see. By all means, go see. I wish I could go. I priced plane tickets. I was going to go and surprise them. Plane tickets are like $600 round trip to go to New York. That's way out of my fucking ballpark. I can't afford that. The donations are at an all-time low, friends, so I can't go. But anyway, if you're there, go. But you can still tune in on the internet, which I'll be doing July 31st at Bowery Electric. He's got an all-star cast, and Arno Heck, saxophone player from the Uptown Horns, played sax on the new song, and he's going to be playing at the show too, so I'm sure he's going to get up and play the sax on the new song Deloise Nation, which in my opinion is a fucking great tune. It is catchy as hell. I can't wait to play it for you. It's super catchy. I mean, Sven Spacebrain wrote it and recorded his band to Torpedo Head. So it's basically Handsome Dick Manitoba singing over Torpedo Head music. Wow, is it fucking good in my opinion. So tune in to that July 31st. Anyway, Jesse Malin has a brand new song. He's got an album coming out. I'm playing this all from the website, and the website has got fucking ads going out the ass, and I can't scroll to where the song is. Okay, Jesse Malin has a double album coming out September 24th called State of the Art. Sad and Beautiful World. Double album. Well, there's a brand new song off it called State of the Art, and I like the song a lot. Catchy tune. Thank you for listening, friends. rockandrollgeek.com, where you can find the show. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Email me. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Find me on the Twitter, R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek. Don't ask. Please keep the donations coming. Without your donations, this show would die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death. I will talk to you soon, friends. Stick it to the man!
They put you through the paces when you were young, and they still drink the Kool-Aid back where you come from. You walked around town with your collar up, and you never got off on that racist stuff. Living in the state of the art. I'm trying not to take it to heart, while everything is falling apart. I know you wanted more this time. Oh, it's been a while since I heard from you. I know you don't like talking when you're feeling blue. I 'cause I'm the same when everybody else is trying to kill the pain. I heard you called your sister from a holding cell, and your friends from the protest, they all wish you well. Another broken system and some killer cops. I read the papers and I cried a lot, living in the state of the art. I'm trying not to take it to heart while everything is falling apart. I know you wanted more this time. You always saw the sadness behind my jokes while all your other friends were busy blowing smoke, rolling with the punches in a world of lies, with Johnny on the jukebox singing Born to Cry, like a faded picture of a starless night. All your dead heroes couldn't get it right. You found a silver lining as the thunder rolls. Well, the night is dark but the moon is gold, living in the state of the art. I'm trying not to take it to heart while everything is falling apart. I know you wanted more. I know you wanted more. We all want something more this time.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.